this is, I don't know, easing. Slow in, slow outs, I'll add a background layer. Basically, in this case I'm going to do a car stopping. So I'm going to insert a frame here, that's the thing, and then this will be my car layer. And then I'll draw a car and all that sort of stuff. So just give me a second, I'll get this set up. Actually, before I go too much further, so doing the line markings for the road, this is a neat little trick. I'm going to go for white here. Actually, I could go for just an off grey, so it's not perfectly white. But the style of line, see that? Oh, look, it's got little dashes. And if I crank this up to, I don't know, about 20 at a guess, I can lay down lines, or at least what should be lines. So let's do the triple dots, edit, blah, 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 blah. Dash and spacing, 6 and 6. So because it's 20, it's too big. So if I go, oh, what I know, a line dash section will be 40 long, and the spacing will be 20. So that should then give me something like this. That's reasonably good. Let's go with actually something a bit more along that line. Let's go 80 and 40, because that will give the spaces between. That's much better. There you go. So all this section down here, actually all this section through here can be deleted. I'll just redo the whole lot again. So lay down the foundation. Whoops, that's the effect it's now having. Let's go with no stroke whatsoever. Then turn the stroke back onto white off grey and do a line and do that. Done. Alright, so that's my road. And then I can drop in some buildings, some other stuff in the background, jazz it up basically. It's just a layer you can draw on. That's good. These extra frames here I'm just going to remove because I just noticed the two on the end. Alright, now I need to draw a car, so I'm going to lock that bottom layer, and in fact I could even possibly hide it. If I don't like the precise angle of the road, I'm going to make this see-through, and I'm going to use the shape tool here. Unlock, select, and I'm just going to squeeze it a little bit. That will then change the perspective somewhat. Hold down Alt as I lift it up. That then gives me a bit more of a better roadside. There, perfect. Alright, so drawing that car. Car, very, very easy. Why is it all white? Okay, must be a glitch or something. Anyhow, 2 tyres, some random car body. So the tyres are round, so let's just make them round. Let's make the fill of the tyre something fancy. Now this one is a nice one. And the stroke of the outer edge can again be black. So if I go shift, oh wait, it's still got that stuffed up stroke that I've done. Well, not stuffed up, but not good for this purpose. Oh, that's really, really tiny. Let's go with this one. That's 1. Yeah, about that. There's a couple of ways you can do this. Actually, this may even work a little better. 41, yeah, hold down shift. That's kind of tire-like. Make it small enough and it looks like a hubcap. Alright, that's good. So double click on that. Control-C, Control-V, copy-paste in other words. I've got 2 tyres. That looks pretty good. Now I need to draw in the car body itself. Let's go with a different colour. Not with that fill. But do I really want to go a blue car? Fire engine red, because red ones go faster. As you can see, I'm drawing with a mouse here, which is just fairly hideous. That's, again, as I said, hideous. Let's just click off for a bit. Alright. Now this should layer over the top, but one never knows with an animate what it decides to do. Something like that, per se. So, I'm going to draw the car body just above it. And every time I draw it, it seems to be getting a little bit better. Mind you, I've got a fairly low bar going on here. That's a nice red car. You could add windows or other exciting effects. And if I drop this here, it combines quite nicely. Select the whole lot. And I'm going to modify, convert it to a symbol. zoom. Car zoom. Haha. For some reason it's glitched out. So, yeah, when you do a symbol like this, or go inside it, you go, oh, those tyres are just hideous. Well, let's just click off. If I move this away, oh, the tyres are still hideous. So it might be a better idea to actually, 2 layers, car body, car. So cut from that one, and then paste here, place it over the top, done. And then in here, we'll just fix up those tyres with a quick little tyre change, really. Guessing that bottom corner, and then zoom. Hold down shift to get the size about right. Hide that top layer so I can select it. Double click, copy paste, dump on top. That looks pretty good. Reveal, and then back to this one. So that's now a workable car. So easing is actually what I want to show you. So let's drop the car on the road and motion tween it in. So boom. I only want to motion tween it for a little bit, so it's a screeching halt. So let's get rid of half these frames. And so at this point, I want it to go stop there. Great. But when we play it, it doesn't do what we want. Well, it doesn't quite do what we want. So it's consistent in speed. So if we select the dotted timeline here, it takes us to the frame marker, which gives us this tweening effect. And we have easing out, where it goes fast and then slow, and the each dot represents a certain same measure of frame. So it slows to a stop, and then I can wonderfully cheat. Copy frames. I'm going to insert a blank keyframe, which I'll delete later, but we'll see if this works. And then paste frame. Turn on the onion skinning so I can see the final point of the car. That's great. Animate it just that little bit further. Frame. It's a motion tween. Great. So go here and then zoom it back. So I'm just going to then remove that frame. This way it comes into a screeching stop, and at this point I actually wanted this part of the timeline. See, that's tweening out, and it's going to do it again to me. I want to tween it in, and oh yeah, no, that works. So let's turn that off so it's not distracting me. So slow out, or slow in? No. Slow out. Out or in? Out, because it's the final couple of frames. So this is an ease out, which we can see here. And then flipping to this one, we can see that this is an ease in. So all the frames are clustered around the center here. You can then add smoke as it squeals away. That's kind of cool. And this should be relatively the same timeline. But we can always add a little more. So if we want to, we can insert a little bit of skew, because as it's starting to, I don't know, run away, I want that little car to just skew a little bit. So here's the double pointy arrow along the side of it. I can skew it a little bit. There it is, and then I can skew it a bit more. Just a little bit. Come on. And insert skew again, and then get to about here, and that's where it writes itself. And for some reason it's not playing nice. We will go skew, and then we'll move it. And it's just hating me today. Wow. Okay, undo. Alright, that's there. I want it to finish its skew here, so I need to lock in a skew frame. Done. The in-between, I want it to skew lots, so I'm going to move it. It's really not liking me today. Oh, forget this. Anyhow, that's the motion. They're back. Boop. All right, so they're slow in, slow out. No, slow out, slow in. I keep getting those two backwards. And that sort of thing. And then, of course, you can come down with a giant Godzilla stompy foot. somewhere about here, let's say. So insert a frame, and then I'm just going to go 10 foot rah, stomp, and then it will be a motion tween. Okay, and then I can just grab it and go stomp. So you can see here, rah, bump, as an example. So, as always, save. This is stopping car or something like the effect thereof. And then, of course, save the video and that sort of stuff. And this is done. Yeah, have fun with it.